So how are you, Karen Gravano?
I am good. Just, maintaining. I'm sorry I don't have a table to put this on, but I'm just maintaining. I've been out here on the West Coast, stayed out here through all like the coronavirus stuff. It was just way easier, social distancing and, relaxing, trying to just figure out what my next move is. But doing good. I'm happy, I'm healthy, and I'm in a positive space.
I'm glad. Um, so Karen is from VH1 Mob Wives and MTV Family of a Mafia
Yes.
and WeTV Marriage Boot Camp.
Yes. I forgot about that. Wow.
I saw a few episodes of that one.
Oh yeah, that was interesting. It was a totally different like reality TV experience because that one you're like in the house for I think we were there for 16 days. So it was very interesting. You don't get to leave. There's cameras everywhere. At least like when I was on Mob Wives or Families of the Mafia, at nighttime I get to go home and the cameras aren't there. It's a totally different thing when they're on all the time.
Yeah, they're on 24 hours. Like they're filming you in your room, everything.
Yes. Yes, it was definitely an experience.
So, what was the insight in filming Mob Wives?
Well, Mob Wives was just kind of a show that was brought. Renee's sister Jennifer actually was dealing with someone that was putting together the show, and she was casting for it. So she had reached out to all of us, and we decided we were gonna join. We all knew each other for years, so it was kind of like. And at first, we didn't think it was going to be called Mob Wives. It wasn't the direction that any of us wanted to go. It was more about women that they go through a struggle. Their husbands went to prison, and they're kind of just trying to maintain their lives. And then, the network came back, and they wanted it to be Mob Wives. Probably because like my father had such a big story in that world, and it kind of just made sense to market it that way. So it was a great show. I think, it was definitely a struggle.
I loved it.
But it definitely was entertaining to say the least. I have no regrets. It was interesting. I had a lot of good times, a lot of crazy times, a lot of, all different kind of times. But I'm glad I did it. It was a platform. It was a springboard for other things. And it was an experience, something that I could put in the memory books.
Yeah, because I loved it. I loved I think my favorite season was when I think it was season 4 when you got into the skincare.
Yeah, I believe that was season 3. Season 4, I left. Yes, there was a year that we left. So it was season 3. We got into the skincare. Ramona and Ange were on. I think season 2 they both came on, and then season 3 was skincare and stuff.
So what inspired you to write your book Mob Princess, and what did you wanted people to know about Karen?
I think it's called Mob Daughter.
Mob Daughter.
Or Mob Princess, but Mob Daughter to me, that was like my baby because that was my life story. And, I think everybody looks at that lifestyle and it's all that, the glamour, the glitz, and you don't really see that, with all the ups and downs, there's still a family unit. And to me, it's like my family's my number one priority, no matter what experiences we went through in life. So for me to be able to just sit down and, really analyze my whole point was just, it was kind of very rewarding to me, therapeutic. And I was just able to take responsibilities for all my mistakes and understand everything as a whole and, put me everything that got me to where I was right then and there. And it was like an experience for me to be able to share it with everyone because it was a journey for me. I see the questions. Are you still cool with Renee? I'll put it to you like this. I'm not cool with Renee. We just don't talk. It is, and I'll just say like this. Me and her sister kind of had a falling out over the fact that she could no longer have her hands in my pocket. And I say that with all due respect because there's every other mob wife had said that too. And the second I was able to have something for myself, then, that's when the hater comes out in people. And it's unfortunate that Renee had to get caught up in that. It's her sister. I understand. So it is what it is. We, again, so many years of friendship and, too much history to sit here and go back and forth and bash people. The reality is we just all went our separate ways, and it is what it is. Even though I did hear she said a lot of derogatory, negative things, and you know I could answer that back with, "Bitch, you were on my dick for fucking all those years with mob wives. Now you want to talk shit," but who cares? It's done is done. I will
Just
get petty.
positivity,
Even though you
positivity.
guys know I can't get petty, I'm not gonna be petty. I'll just keep it moving. No, I don't talk to Drita. Drita and I have not talked for years, and you know, as far as I'm concerned, it is what it is with that too. I don't have no hard feelings to her either. You know, it is, everybody just has their own direction. So
They said they would love to see you and Ramona have your own show.
I know a lot of people say that.
I love you guys' personalities. You guys were just so funny and so like life. You brought the show.
You know, me and Ramona, we have like this sisterly kind of like, I annoy the shit out of Ramona. Let me just put it to you that way. And I know how to get under her skin. And I love doing it because it's so easy. And I laugh because I'm like, me and Ramona, you know, we like since birth, right? So I'm like, how for 48 years can I still get under your skin? And I'm very good at it. So I love it. She's, you know, we're stuck with each other for life. Yes, I talked to Carla. Carla and I have a podcast together with Ramona called The Sit Down. And, you know, me and Carla have this great relationship. I always said Carla she's just, you know, if she's your friend, she's your friend. And the reason why me and her didn't get along was because she was friends with Drita. But I always respected the fact that she's just a loyal girl. She's one of those people that will not if you're her friend and you, like, even remotely say, like, the person's name, you know, like that you don't like when we were filming Mob Wives, if I'd say Drita, she's like, who the fuck wants to talk about Drita? Why don't you talk about me? Like, she always shuts shit down, and that's what I respect and love about her. So I am happy that's one thing that Carla and I were able to build.
You're the daughter of Sammy the Bull.
Mm-hmm.
Were you treated differently than others because of who your father is?
I mean, growing up, yeah. But my father always made sure we were kept grounded. Like, I was never, you know, he didn't raise me to make me feel that I was ever better than anyone else, and that's in that world or outside. Like, my father always treated me, you know, made sure that I was treated with respect, but also he instilled like work ethic in me and made sure I worked. And it was never, you know, oh, I'm the underboss of this crime family and you should go out and act like a princess. That wasn't accepted in my household. Like, my father was very strict when it came to things like that because he wanted me to be able to, you know, set the ground rules for my life, like learn how to work. And, you know, I never took anything for granted. Like, reality is you got to get everything the hard way. And he was very good at making sure I did that.
Yes, because meeting you for the first time in September, I believe you were really humble, really sweet, down to earth, and everything. So I was like, you know, that's what we were talking for a little bit, and I'm like, you know, you're so humble, really humble. Your spirit.
Yeah, that was something that I had to be. I had no choice growing up.
Your spirit was good energy and everything when I first met you.
Oh, I'm glad.
So what are your hobbies?
Well, I don't know. You brought up the skincare thing. So skincare has always been my hobby. Prior to going on a reality show, I was an esthetician out here in Arizona. So I love anything skincare. And then, you know, I did reality TV for all these years. And then when I came back out here, I actually let my esthetician license lapse because I wasn't practicing it. So I went back, took a test again, got my esthetician license, and I've just literally have been practicing. I've been working. I'm got into care is like my hobby, my passion. I love it. So that's what I've been doing with my spare time off TV. That's the other part of my life that's my real job, I call it. Not that being on TV wasn't a real job. I don't want to take that because it was definitely a lot of work, and we definitely put our heart and soul into that, especially like when I did Families of the Mafia. To me, that was way more intimate because it's my personal family, and I kind of let you into, like, it wasn't just a bunch of girls where this is like my daughter and my father and my mother was involved in it. So this was something very personal to me, and it was real. So I don't ever want to say it's not real work, but my passion is skincare. Like, I love it. I want to open a spa. I want to start getting back involved into skincare. So that's just always been my thing.
Yeah, because
I
I
know you
love
guys too.
skincare.
Yeah.
I love skincare.
Anything skincare.
So what is one hidden talent that no one knows about you?
You know, I don't want to keep. I don't really know. Like, I can't sing. I mean, I'm a pretty good dancer, but I'm actually really funny. Like, just in a personal one-on-one situation. I really want to say, like, one of my talents would be to, and I know this is going to sound crazy, especially coming from like a mob wife type of show, is to really like resolve situations. I'm really not a person that's full of drama. Like, I could let shit just roll off. I mean, when you're on reality TV, that's your life. You know, that's what you have to do. But I would want to say that, like, just living life. As far as like any kind of talents, I'd want to say skincare, to keep bringing it back to that. Like, I was very good at what I did. I was an esthetician for, I mean, I've been licensed since 97. So, you know, I've been doing skincare forever on before Mob Wife. So that's my talent.
Skincare. So do you see yourself doing skincare, like a skincare line or makeup?
Right now, yes. And I always wanted to do that. Not so much makeup, but I wanted to do skincare. And then literally when I took off of, you know, the salon and the spa, it kind of like took a turn where I really didn't have anything to do with it. And Karina, my daughter, oddly enough, because she grew
Yeah,
up like
she's
coming to the
wonderful. I
spa.
met her.
Yes, she is like the skincare. I'm gonna walk upstairs while I'm talking to you. She loves skincare. So with that, her and I have been working on a skincare line called K Glow, and it's more of like
Okay.
a bronzing where people can just use it. It kind of evens out your skin tone if you have like imperfections and you want to spray it on your body if you go to the beach. So we're actually working on that right now as we speak.
Do
So we're
you
getting
know
ready for
when
K-Glow.
K Glow?
Yes.
Yes, because we're K's. When do you think that would be ready?
I'm hoping within the next month. So yeah.
Okay, because I can't wait to try that.
Yeah. It's cool. It's like a little bronzer and it really helps like, you know, even out your complexion and stuff. So I like it. I'm all for it. It was her idea, but I'm for it.
I can't wait. I'm excited. So the number one question that I was getting, because I did like a question box for everyone to submit questions, and it was, is Mob Wives returning?
Oh, okay. I can't answer that question. To my knowledge, no. And if it does return, I probably will not be a part of it.
Okay. And then they wanted to know, would it be a second season of the Family of the Mafia?
You know, that would be a definite. It's just so crazy with everything that happened. And it's unfortunate, like, with this whole pandemic, because life just isn't the same for anyone, even in the television world. It's like we don't really have answers on how to move forward. Oddly enough, Families of the Mafia was rated in the top 5 new cable reality TV shows. So I'm very proud of that. We actually are in, I think, it was Australia, the UK.
Yeah, I
Russia.
saw it went national, and then
Yes.
the last episode was on your birthday.
Yes. It was the day before my birthday, yes. So it is it has a pretty big following. We did pretty well. It's just so hard to say. Yes, if we, you know, have the ability to come back, we're going to come back. And that's just planning, you know, life, and it has nothing to do with anything but what the state of television is itself right now, you know.
Yeah, because it's going to be difficult with the social distancing and
Yeah,
and everyone has to get tested before they start filming. So
I
it's
know.
going to be,
You know, it's
like,
so crazy. Like, a lot of shows, and I know if like you're watching them now, they have footage, you know, because a lot of shows were in the process of filming while all this happened. We stopped filming, and we stopped filming it was a while. One of our castmates, obviously, if you guys watch the show, you know Billy O'Toole passed away. So we had stopped filming at the time. We decided that we were just going to end it with that. And then if it was going to pick up for a season 2, we would kind of start. So oddly enough, we didn't have any kind of like, we do have some footage, but it would be like, it just wouldn't make sense to start rolling another season because none of us really addressed Billy passing in the way that I would have liked to. I mean, I think the episode ended on such a great note, and it kind of definitely highlighted who he is as a person. He honestly loved his family, and he worked very hard to be able to rebuild their relationship. And I just love and admire him. But I didn't really get to say that on TV because we kind of just stopped filming after. And for us to just go and do like some of the other shows and using the footage that we have and then, you know, kind of recording from home, it just wouldn't make sense for us to do that with our show. So we're just in a holding period. You know, if it happens, it happens. You know, we're very, like I said, we're rated in the top 5 new cable TV shows. So we'll just see where we'll go from there. But if not, I'm very also like, you know, very happy that we were able to capture Billy's last moments and really show, because the whole concept of that show, and I know everyone gets kind of sidetracked because it's called Families of the Mafia and everybody put like the heart and soul into, oh, it's a mafia show. This is a family show. And it's the struggles and the trials and tribulations that the family go through. But no matter what, it's like you're a family unit. And especially with the O'Toole family, like their family, you know, like Billy struggled with their relationships, but no matter what it was, he always tried to make it work, you know. And I just think for them to be able to watch it and know how much he really did care about him, what he said, like when they weren't around on camera, was just something that I feel blessed to be able to share with them, that they were able to see that.
Yes, because, you know, I was just like, you know, watching it from home. You know, it was just so inspiring about other families' stories and everything, feeling what they went through, and it was just really sad that he passed away.
Right. And if you watch the show, like it's like, okay, yes, my family, like my father's Sammy the Bull and he was in the mob, but that's just like the B storyline. So the real storyline of what it is like, no matter what I ever went through in my life, I always protected and kept my daughter grounded, you know. And it's like she struggles with relationship issues, as we all did. So it was more, if you like really watch the show, you could see where it was. Denny, she's had issues with her dad, and it was abandonment issues, you know. And we wanted to be able to say there's so many kids that go through that, you know.
Yeah,
I
can relate.
to tell that story to where someone can say, oh, I relate to that, you know. And I always have been rooting, maybe one day her and her dad can make amends, because I know how important my father is to me. No matter whatever he is to the world, that's who he is to the world. But to me, he's a father, and maybe she'd be able to build that relationship. But everybody's relationship's different, so that's on her. And for her to be able to open up and share her story, to me, I felt like so many other people can relate. You know, the O'Tooles, their father is like a street guy, but you know, he wasn't around, and then he'd come back and try to make amends, and then it just didn't work out, and he was gone again. So it was like years of struggling. And so many people go through that, right, with their father or mother, like they have this issue, and at the end, it's just because of people fucking up their own lives per se, it doesn't mean they don't love them. And you know, Billy made a lot of mistakes in life, but through all his mistakes, like he loved his kids. And at the end of his life, which is unfortunate that it had to be, you know, he had to pass and it's so soon, he was able to express that. So I'm happy that happened. And the same thing with, you know, with CP, like his family, his father's been in and out of prison. And it's just like, you know, we're not getting up. Like, and I had to state this because I think when I came out and we tried to do, what was it? First we did Made in Staten Island, and we just didn't add the family element into it. And when we started filming, I'm like, wait, this is so much deeper with the family. Because really what we wanted to do was highlight kids that have grown up in situations, but they want better. You know,
Yeah.
We really got to see the families. It's like all these families wanted so much better for their kids. And none of the parents were scared to say, listen, I fucked up. These are the mistakes I made. And, you know, I want better. I think me and Karina have that conversation like every day. And I'll be like, don't be like me. Or like, you know, and especially when it comes to like relationships. I want her to do better, have better. So as a parent, you're always trying to guide your kid in a different direction.
Have any other TV projects coming beside, or would you
Yes.
want to do other shows beside Family of the Mafia?
I personally would not want to be on any other shows. I think, you know, for me, I really enjoyed being behind the camera. Although, like, when that was my thing when Family is a Mafia, we were filming. It's kind of funny because at first I'd be behind the camera and they would be like taking my headphones off and just going to talk to Karina, and they would laugh at me, production, because they're like, what do you want to be, talent or a producer? But I think for me, I am working on a project that I can't really talk about. I'm also working on something with my father. I can't really take credit for that because he's working with some pretty big people in Hollywood on this project. But I've been assisting with it, and it's kind of huge. Like, first, he has a podcast coming out that is like, I literally have heard my father's stories probably like a gazillion times. Like, I grew up, so like if me and him are sitting here, I'm like, I can't hear it again. I know everything. I could, you know. But when I heard it for the first time, I was like, literally like, holy shit, this shit is straight fire. It's amazing. So I'm excited about that. And I don't know exactly when that will be released, but it's coming. It's actually really good. It's definitely worth the wait, you guys. It's stories that have never been told before with facts to back it up. So I'm excited.
So it's like the untold stories back in the day of Sammy the Bull, right?
I think it's told through a different perspective. Like, that story has been told so many times, but it's like we have interviewed, like he's interviewed. It's just, I can't really say much about it. It's
Yeah.
amazing. And yes, it's definitely going to be untold stuff. So, and yes, we're working on season 2 of Families of the Mafia. Hopefully,
Okay.
you know, we'll get everything together and we'll see where we'll go from there.
Is there anything you would like everyone to know about yourself and what your skincare that you're going to come out with?
You know, I think one thing about me is like I'm learning myself every day, girl. Like, it's just get up. Yes. And I'm like, I think I'm like the whole entire world. Like, tomorrow's not promised, and everything that just happened with COVID and just everything is like, you know, you take day by day. And I've always been, you know, going back by coastal Arizona, New York, and literally, like, last night I was like, where do I want to live? I don't know. And I have like so many pros to say I want to be in Arizona, and then, you know, so many pros to want to be in New York. And it's just, I'm just regular. It's like I go with the flow, take one day at a time, and just, you know, you get knocked down a couple of times, you get back up, and you just keep pushing through. So I think that's a big thing with me is like, I hate to say it like this, but I have been blessed with so many things. And even being able to put out Families of the Mafia was like a blessing for me because it was such a struggle to get it where it was. And I just think, you know, as many times you get knocked down, just get back up, keep pushing forward. So that's my thing. That's my motto. That's my positive note for the day.
Oh, I love it. I love it. They're asking, are you still with Storm?
No, me and Storm have not been together. I think after marriage boot camp, and I seen Dr. Ish one day, and I'm like, you know, marriage boot camp didn't work for us. We went home and we went our separate ways. And he's like, maybe it actually did work for you. So Storm and I are friends. You know, we're at a point where we're just, you know, I don't talk to him all the time, but we're cordial. No hard feelings. It's just on to the next. So, you know, wish him all the best and keep it pushing. No, we do not have the pizza shop. That was one thing. We actually were going to move locations because it wasn't in the best location. So it was October, we had shut down, and we planned on opening in the beginning of the year, which would have been January, in a new location. And then everything hit with the pandemic and we just haven't reopened. So Ramona and I are talking about some different options that we have. But unfortunately, Pizza Nostra, which was like kind of my baby, we worked so hard.
I would love to go there when you guys reopen and everything and try your food.
Yes. So that hopefully we'll find a place and reopen. So yeah.
On Amazon and Barnes & Nobles, correct?
Yes. You can go on Amazon, Mob Daughter. That's my baby. I'm actually, here's a little secret, but I'm in the process of negotiating. I want to and probably will write another book. So yes.
Yes.
I've been jotting some things down. I've been trying to take this time to like figure out a lot of things in my life and, you know, figure out what's next. And I had really positive feedback with my book. It was something just positive for me mentally.
Yeah, you were number one on the best sellers on New York
Yes.
Times.
Mm-hmm. Yes, girl. Thank you for that. Thank you. No, but I always say that I want to write another book. So
Yeah, they're excited. They want you to have another book. They said, would your father write a book?
my father has a book too that was also a New York Times bestseller. It's called Underboss. He is getting ready to do a podcast and probably, I don't know if it would be a movie or a scripted show, but I I I think it's going to be groundbreaking. And I think that when you do a podcast, you really don't have to do a book, because this is not like, he's actually working on a podcast that would be more interviewing people, but he's doing a podcast that's like a book. It's his life story. And I've never, and I'm not just saying this because it's my father, because to be honest, like, I'm his number one critic, and we like argue. I'm like probably the one person that will go to war with him. It doesn't always work out best for me, but at the end of the day, this podcast is literally like something I've never heard before. I mean, it has sound effects. It's great. I can't wait for you guys. I'm extremely proud of him, what he put together, and I'm glad that I was able to help him. Like, I'll be, you know, involved in it here and there. So it's exciting.
I'm excited.
Yes.
I'm super excited. To leave off, what would be a positive quote that you would give my audience, your viewers?
You know, I have always been the girl that's been told, no, you can't do that, or, you know, this person don't like you, or that. And for me, it's always been, you know, oh, they said I couldn't do this. All right, I'm going to do it 10 times more. Just stay true to yourself and fuck what anybody thinks about you. If you want to do something, go for it. And just, you know, follow and believe in yourself. And someone had just said in there that, like, they loved how much I love my father. I adore my father. My father, whether people like him or hate him, that's the lifestyle he chose outside of the house. For me, he was my father, my protector. Like, still to this day, I could call him in the middle of the night. Like, I played a prank on him, which he didn't find too funny. Maybe a couple months ago, I'm like, Dad, I need you. He's like, all right, bye. Where are you? He doesn't even ask questions. No questions asked. Like, he's there. It doesn't matter. And that's, for me, I have always been raised to be a loyal, true person, and I can never not be loyal to my father. Whatever his decisions are, those are for him to speak on. I know the truth, and that's, you know, another reason why I can support him. But again, I don't, whatever, you know, it is outside the house, it is outside the house. But for me, you know, I am a very loyal, true person. And when someone's good to me, I'm good to you back.
The same way. I'm the same way.
If you fuck with me, it's like, then I, you know, it just gets different.
Yeah, because I'm like, you know, it's like, I'd rather see, you know, you're nice to me and everything. That's it. You know, that's what matters. It's like, whatever people say, rumors, everything, I'd rather see you for myself than having to just close that door on you, because you never know. Those rumors are probably lies, and they don't want to see you succeed and everything. So I always give people the benefit of the doubt, and, you know, I never choose sides, you know. That's a type of person I am. You know, I'm just a person that is loyal, nice, sweet, that to the point that that's how it is, you know.
And I respect people that are that way. And like I said, you know, everyone's always like, oh, you and Carla, like, yeah, me and Carla we just didn't get along in the beginning. She was, you know, Team Drita, I was Team Karen. So at the end of the day, we were on different sides of the spectrum, but I always respected her loyalty. And that's one thing I'll always say about her, because that's why me and her could be so cool right now. Like, and I think even in the episode of Mobwise, I think my exact words were, you know, this bitch, even I gotta respect her, even if she's loyal to I don't know what I said, probably something derogatory towards Drita, but at the end of the day, I respected that about her. And, you know, whatever her situation with Drita is, they had a falling out. I don't think Drita returned the favor to Carla, but that's, you know, that's just what it is. And that's why, did Drita set up Carla? Which time? I don't remember. There was
I
maybe a
think
couple
they're
of times.
talking about her the birthday party, Drita's birthday party.
Let me answer that without, I can't say for sure because, you know, if Drita ever set her up, she's not going to tell me, but it strategically happened that she went out to have a cigarette as soon as Love came in. And you know what? I felt like I fucking set Carla up because I told Love prior to coming in there. First of all, let me rephrase this. Love is my friend. Like, me and Love go back from the day. And I always said she's crazy, but that's one thing about Love. Like, you never know it's gonna come or whatever. But I know how she could be. So when I told Love, she was like, I said, you need to come into that meeting and you need to talk to Carla. Like, you need, first of all, as far as TV, as much as people like to see us flip tables and all that other shit, they want to see us talk it out because they want to know what's going on. Like, you can't just watch TV and everyone just punching each other or flipping shit, right? Because you don't know really what the fuck's going on. And then you don't get to choose whose side you want to be on. I was like, so for TV purposes, you need to thug that shit out and fucking have a conversation with her. And she was like, you're right. I'm going to walk in. And when she had walked in, like, we had known she was coming because they blocked it off. Like, you know, we could see, I didn't know personally, but you could see production moving around or whatever. And as soon as, like, you know, Drita seen that Love was there, she, you know, I don't know, went out to smoke a cigarette or something. But I had walked Carla over there. I never thought that Love was going to hit her, like, especially that fast. That's why I tried to get in the middle. I was like, Carla, come here. Let's have a conversation. And, you know, off camera, we always talk to each other. And like I said, I was just like, but that's how you know that TV's not scripted, because I told her 17 times prior to getting there, like, don't hit her. Even if I have to get in the middle, push me. Like,
I was still like, I was blown away that episode. I was like, what?
Yeah.
What just happened?
But it was just real. I think it was just building up. And that's why, like, people are like, it's fake. I mean, I was trying to, not that I was trying to make it fake, but I was like, all right, listen, if you feel like you got to do something, we'll put dramatics, push me, but just don't hit her. Like, I thought I really didn't know that she was going to hit her. I don't think she really knew. I think, like, but knowing Love's personality, that's just how she is. So it is what it is. I can't say, I don't know. if she, to answer the question, I don't know. I think she knew that her personality is there. And listen, if that's my friend and she has my back as much as Carla had her back, and I knew Love was about to walk into place, I wouldn't have left her standing there. So
Me either, or I wouldn't even have that situation. I would not have them in the same room or anything. You know, I would have prevented all that because I'm like, I don't want drama in my party or anything. I would rather, you know, say, hey, I think it's not going to work out. I don't want you to have hard feelings that I can't have you there because I don't want to have drama. You know?
Well, that would mean that, yes. Because, see, that's the thing about reality TV. If you don't have the balls to say that to someone, then you got to invite her. And a lot of times it was like, if you don't want her there, you got to tell her. And I don't think Drita wanted to tell Love that she didn't want her to her party. So that at the end of the day, you knew she was coming. But if you know she's coming and you know, like, I know Love's crazy. You know what I mean? I felt bad because I felt, like I said, again, I felt like I was the one that walked Carla into the devil's den. But I, like, and going back to, I was like, don't hit her, don't hit her, don't hit her. She's like, nah. And again, in her defense, in Love's defense, I don't think she came in premeditated to hit her. Know that Love's personality. She said the way Carla looked at her, she just grabbed her. So I don't know. Sometimes that shit happens when you're, you know, you get hot-headed.
Yeah. But one question that I did see, were you close to Big Ange? Rest in peace, Big Ange.
Yes, rest in peace. You know that, yes. I knew Ange since I was a kid. Actually, my father and her uncle were very close. Ange grew up, like, around going to, like, my father's bar in Brooklyn. So I knew her when the show had started. I probably wasn't the closest to her, although we probably had the most history with her, Ramona and I, from families. When Mob Wives came on, Ange always wanted to be neutral. You know, she was always just no drama. And I don't know, shit happens. Her and Drita were friends. Me and Ange were equally as much friends, you know. But she was just a great person, honestly. And rest in peace, Ange. She always tried to keep the peace. So in the beginning, I ain't gonna lie, I was like, why the fuck are you coming in? We have so much history, and you're sticking up for this girl. And she would just be like, Karen, I'm not. Like, she would just be like, I don't care. You know, that shit consumed me for a minute. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I was like taking the shit so personal, and everyone was like, it's a TV show, and I'm like, yeah, for you, but like, this is my, like, nah, I can't. When the TVs go down and I'm home in bed, I'm still thinking about this shit. I'm still 38 hot. Like, I'm coming in on some other shit. And it took me maybe like till season 3 to the end to start thinking, like, you know, at the end, like, let that shit go. You know, whatever happens, happens, and then you shake it off, because that's truly who I am. Like, I don't think the only time I ever even speak like Drita's name is and stuff like this. We both have totally.
You see, I didn't want to bring up anything negative, nothing.
No. It's not. I'm not even trying to say this in a negative way. She probably doesn't say Karen in like all her days, and I don't say, because it's like we're not forced to have to be around each other. So the reality is, I'm not like a drama person, and she probably isn't either. You know what I mean? We probably, neither one of us had that much drama once the TVs went down. And not saying that we did it for TV, but it just all happened that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because they brought up somebody else's name. I just didn't want to bring that topic up. If you,
who? You could. I don't care. It's okay.
Natalie Garcia.
Yeah. Natalie and I, when Ange passed away, we actually wound up sitting near each other in the church. And I respect Natalie. You know why? Because she leaned over and she was like, yo, I'm sorry. And like, there was no cameras, there were no nothing. And she was like, you know, now I'm thinking about it, like, that doesn't even mean anything to me. And I was like, me either. And we like hugged it out. We, you know, like, Ange would have wanted that. And then that night, we both went to the Drunken Monkey. We had a couple of drinks, and I haven't seen her since, but there's no hard feelings. You know what I mean? I respect her, and I'll say this. She just was like, girl, that was for TV. Like, I don't even know you enough to not like you, and I don't really care about your father like that. Like, you know what I mean? She was like, I have a father. And then when her father passed, I had sent her a message. So we don't, you know what I mean? I don't try to fake like, oh, me and Natalie are friends now and want to, you know, we don't need to put that out to everyone.
Yeah, because when I met you, I just didn't want to bring nothing that up, because I don't like stirring the pot or anything. So it's like, that's why we kept it casual and just talked about.
Yeah. No, Natalie, shout out to Natalie. Like I said, at the end of the day, we didn't know each other. We came into that shit on some TV shit, and like, fans start to get in each other's heads. We said horrible things about each other, but like I said, when Ange passed away, it just happened that we got in the same row, and like, we both sat near each other, and I just looked at her and she goes, I'm sorry. And I was like, yeah, me too. Fuck it. Shit's behind us now. It's a whole different chapter. So I wish her all the best. I see that she's doing her thing. She got her makeup line going and stuff. She seems to be keeping busy.
I've seen her around. I've met her a few times. I've seen her around. Yeah. Hopefully, when this is all over, we can sit down and have a real sit-down interview and everything, and chat it all up and everything, and go out for drinks.
Yes, definitely. We'll go out for drinks, and we'll hang out, and we'll talk, get more. Maybe we'll invite some of the other mob wives. See what happens when we all get drunk together. You never know.
Yes.
That would be fun, right?
Yes. I'd love to see you do Celebrity Big Brother.
I know. Maybe. You know, I don't know. I would love to do something with Karina. Like, someone was asking if we wanted to go like on what is it, the boot camp stuff, the family boot camp.
Family boot camp, because my good friend Farrah started it off, and then they never did it.
Right. No. It would be interesting. I do want to say this. Okay, so me and Karina have like this mother-daughter friendship relationship, and it's like she's my homegirl until I have to put her in check. Then I'm the mother. I go from like 0 to 1,000. But filming with her from when she was when we were on Mob Wives and I used to have to film with her, I would like ask her a question, and then I'd be like the overprotective mother because I knew she was shy. So I would like answer for her, and the producers would be like, shut up and let her answer the question. You know, I'd be like, so how do you feel? I know you're not feeling well because mommy's not around. And they would all just be like, you know.
Yeah, because when I met her at BeautyCon, she was really shy, quiet.
She is. Actually, her calling me right now. But it was funny to work with her because I don't think the true Karina like really came out because she's so fucking funny, and she's like always like has to be on point. Like I said, she should have came out Ramona's daughter because like she's very bougie and they're like and it was kind of comedy, me and her filming with each other. Like when I had to do the green screen and when we were on Mob Wives, we were in there by ourselves, and we got to be who we were. So when I would have to sit when we did Families of the Mafia, and her and I were sitting next to each other, and all of a sudden I would say
Yeah,
something.
because that was different. You guys had to film the same green screen than having to do one-on-one.
Yes. So I would film it, and all of a sudden, like, they'd ask me a question, and I'd answer, and as I'm answering the question, I'd hear her under her breath, like, oh my God, you're so embarrassing. Like, just grow up. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like, we're in the green screen, and the producers would be like, would you two shut up and just answer the question? But we have a bunch of, whatchamacallit, like, back footage, it's funny. Like, us together behind the scenes.
They should do that, like, behind the scenes that was never shown and everything. Put that as like, a special.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Maybe. And even include stuff from Mob Wives and everything. That would be so good and interesting to see your relationship off camera, that they were still rolling and stuff. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, Karina, it would be like crazy because like the producers so the producers for Families of the Mafia, like we've worked on Mob Wives together. Those are my partners, and it's like
it was because the only person I really knew the name was the guy that did Mob Wives.
Adam Gonzalez.
Yeah, Adam.
Yeah. Well, it's like he's like a brother to me, right? So he's like an uncle to Karina. So it would be like he would be like, all right, we're gonna film this, and Karina's like, no, or how long is this taking? Because I'm going out. And he'd be like, shut up, you're working right now. This is a job, right? And I'd be like, fire her. She's horrible to work with. Just fire her. And it was like this comedy that would go on behind the scenes. It's literally, but we were like dead serious. She's like, are you serious? Because I'm not doing this right now. I'm like, no, this is your job. She's like, it's not my job. It's my life. And we're just like, it was different.
Yeah, because you guys, I don't know, like Viacom uses all the same security guards for all their shows.
Yes.
Even, especially the Asian guy.
Oh yeah, he was with us through thick and thin. He's like, smashed my head off the table, help me.
Because I met him through Love and Hip Hop, so.
Christian, he's amazing, by the way. And Christian, I call him like the ninja because, okay, so like in so many scenes
he's like that. He goes quick.
Right. So like when Drita walked in and everyone was like, oh, she bullied you because she was like, get up, Karen. Bitch, even if I was to get up, we had security lined around us, right? So I knew by the time, I ain't gonna lie though, she did kind of have some feet on her. She came in kind of quick when she said, get up, Karen. But I was like, the security is so close to us. And sure enough, like Christian came and like smashed me and Carla off the table. I always joke with him about that, but yeah, it's like they were there a lot of the time. So a lot of times when people got green screen muscles and shit, don't forget that fucking security was right behind us. Sometimes, most of the time, but yeah, he was there. He was with us through it all.
Yeah, because it was like, okay, he did Mafia, Family of the Mafia. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. You see that question? They said, did you plan on jumping Drita at Renee's party?
No, because we would have planned on jumping her. It would have went down different. She swung, and I think it was just a reaction. I ain't gonna lie. Ramona grabbed her hair like, yo, give me this bitch. But I don't give a fuck. Like, if my friend is fighting, I'm fucking grabbing a bitch too. But we didn't plan on jumping her. And jumping her would have been Ramona jumping on her back, like fucking swinging. And Ramona's a biter. I don't know if you guys know that. But it would have been on and popping. We were trying to keep it like, and she threw the first punch, and like there were a million people standing there. So I don't know how you know what I mean? If she had a friend there, her friend would have been grabbing hair too. But I don't care if like Ramona's ever fighting and I have an opportunity to grab someone, I'm fucking grabbing hair, kicking, punching, biting, spitting, doing whatever I have to do. That's my family. So it wasn't like a plan, because if it was a plan to jump her, it would have went down way different. Like she's the one that threw the first punch. So suck a dick. Like, I'm tired of that. I'm tired. I'm sorry. I'm keeping it positive, but I'm so tired of that. Drita got jump bullshit. No, you didn't see the whole thing, that how it went down. Like, there was a guy standing there that ran over. Like, everyone just started punching and pushing. It wasn't nothing like, and at the end of the day, well, Drita, what happened was I had a ring on and I hit her in the eye, and then she kind of like went down, and that's where Ramona's like, yo, give me this bitch. It wasn't like I was on top of her punching her, and Ramona, like, it was just like everyone was just trying to grab for everyone.
Yeah, because the audience don't know what we know, what goes down.
Yeah,
really.
it was like,
so.
Yeah, if it was jumping, it would have been way different. Like,
they see an accent.
Just to make this perfectly 100% clear, if my cousin's in a fight, I'm jumping in. Like, there's like no, like, that's just what's gonna happen. Like, I don't care. It's going down. So jumping would have been a whole different story. No, we didn't jump her, actually, but Ramona did grab her. Like, we were both going for her. She threw a punch, so it is what it is.
And then I think the
you
last.
You guys gonna get me angry, you know.
The last question they asked was, do you still talk to Natalie D?
Yes. Natalie and I and Ramona actually seen each other last summer. And like, we're always sending messages back and forth to each other. I see her doing her thing. She's working. Like, me and Natalie were always cool. Again, I don't like have any hard feelings towards anyone on that show. You know, it's just as far as like Drita and I, like, we just not friends. You know what I mean? We just don't talk, but I don't have nothing bad to say about her. And the same thing with Renee. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get what all the hatred and the, you know, if you see someone that's your homegirl doing her thing, like, oh, she got a show and she's doing good. Like, even if you were going to say, listen, there was some behind the scenes stuff that happened, and, you know, I don't want to talk about it, but I would not like come out and get all negative and try to say shit when, you know what I mean, you weren't having that same energy when I was around you, or wouldn't have that same energy if I am around you. Like, you know what I mean? Just keep it moving with that. It's corny.
Yeah, keep it moving. I feel like that, you know, keep it moving and just be excited that your other cast member got an opportunity. Your opportunity will come as well. So why you want to be negative about it? Because it's like, if
and it's like, I'm not the one, you know what I mean? Like, anything, listen, like, again, like I said, there are things out there that other mob wives have said that I haven't even said yet, to bring it to that. So it's like, if you know what I mean, like, there was just bad situations that went on, and at the end of the day, everybody made money. You know what I mean? Her sister made a lot of money off of us. The opportunity came up for me to do my own thing, and it's like, this ain't the mob, bitch. Like, I don't have to bow down and ask you to do something. Like, you know what I mean? And it's always when money comes, when people can't make money off you anymore, then that's just like, okay, I don't have a need for her, or whatever it is. So it goes to show me what it was. And again, you know, it's just unfortunate. But like I always say, when people have to be loyal to someone, you know, Renee's loyalty is to her sister, and I respect that. She should just calm down though when she talks about me. That's all I'm saying, because I don't
money comes and goes. Like, it should be an issue,
right?
You know?
She should just calm down when she's asked questions about me, because again, I don't say disrespectful things about her. So whatever.
Yeah, you see, everyone should just support each other.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you for having me on.
Yes, thank you, Karen. I will hit you up later.
I just want to say something to all you guys. I appreciate everyone's support. Thank you guys from, like, I mean, I have a pretty strong, I don't want to call them a fan base, but people that have been rocking with me since the beginning and, like, have been here through all my projects. And I definitely, like, appreciate you guys more than you'll ever know. So, thank you.